I graduated from high school, I loaded up my second $600 car, and I headed for McMurry. I loved it. No one seemed to know about my past, and that was just fine. I was a regular kid. Kinda. You don't go through that kind of sheltered life without having a few, we'll call them quirks. And meanwhile, my parents never looked back. After repeated calls, letters, visits to them, I've been allowed to talk to them just one time in 21 years. I was officially removed from that church, and with that, I've lost all contact with all relatives that I've ever had. My point is, when I came to McMurry, I was alone. But I never really was alone. My friends, from my college became my brothers and sisters. My professors and administrators like Charlie Huckel, Philip Crake, Dean Urban, the late doctors Joseph Stamey and Bill Short, they were my parents. Walking around the campus on a cool day, kind of like today, I looked up at Radford and it would take my breath away because that was my home. This place and its people filled every hole in my life. And most importantly, I learned at this university that black and white here does not exist. You screw up, you get a second chance. Free thinking, it was encouraged, if not demanded. Even in religion, at this religious institution, it's okay to be different. I remember telling Dr. Monk, a professor of religion my freshman year, I said, "Dr. Monk, I am an atheist." At least I thought I was at the time. I told him God had let me down. I had prayed and prayed to let me work things out with my father. I had wanted to stay in that family and still go to college, still pursue my dreams. God had ignored me. I hated God. With maturity comes time. And it wasn't until years later that I realized maybe, just maybe, getting out of that family was the only chance that I had to live the life that I wanted, to do the things that I wanted to do. You see, there is no all or nothing at McMurry like there was in my old life. In this ultra-conservative town, while I was here, Sarah Weddington was named a distinguished alumni. She's an attorney who argued successfully in front of the Supreme Court in Roe versus Wade. She was a state representative. She was an aide to President Jimmy Carter. And, as you can guess, with such a controversial subject, there was a backlash from some in the community. But my family, my new family, did it. Why? Because there is no black and white. Because it was the right thing to do. My new home was a loving, accepting environment. It allowed for, it encouraged free thinking, and it made me in the man today that I am today. And for that, I could never thank McMurry enough. McMurry put me on the course for success, and it let me know when I strayed. As you can imagine, I've told this story before, not to such a big group, but I always get the same reaction every time I tell the story. You must have been so brave. I shirk at the compliment, especially the older I get. I take little credit for what happened to me. Yes, I made the decision to leave. But after that point, the credit goes to so many others. My friend who picked me up when my parents threw me out, he said a simple phrase that made all the difference. He said, "It's going to be all right." My high school teacher and his family who put me on their couch, even though they had a family of their own and a very sick child. The owner of the Gas and Grub, he gave me a job when there wasn't even a job open. The lawyer who had to assist me pro bono, free, in taking my parents to court so I could have my legal status of a minor removed so I could even enroll in high school. The three families who put me up, they spent their own money feeding a 6'4" high school boy. I'm assuming that's expensive. The dorm director at McMurry, he let me stay in the dorm for Thanksgiving because I had no place to go. My friends in HEI who took me home for Christmas, to them it was just a meal, to them it was just a bed, to me it was much, much more. A professor here, Charlie Huckel, he had the courage to look me in the eye my freshman year and tell me to straighten up and fly right. And I needed that. It would have been a whole lot easier just to smile and walk away, but he didn't do that. And most importantly, the family that I would eventually meet while I was here at McMurry. The Walkers back in Colorado City, they came to the plays when I was here at McMurry. They sent me boxes of ramen noodles and underwear. They helped take care of me. And then one day, my sophomore year, they sent me down as a family, and they asked me to join and be their son. And I said yes. And with that, I found yet another home. They've now been my family for 18 years. It is easy to fulfill a dream when you have people that are willing to do anything and everything possible to make that dream happen for you. I have an older brother. He had a similar idea. He did the exact same thing. He left when he was 16. He never looked back. My parents, as far as I know, they never talked to him again either. But things didn't go well for Mike. He got involved in crime, drugs. He spent years at the Huntsville State Penitentiary. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he got his life together. I hope he did. I don't even know if he's alive today. So how do two brothers who are taking the same path end up in two completely different directions? I can't help but believe that he never had those people who were willing to reach out. He never had those people who would grab his hand as well. He never had those people to lift him up, those people to show him the path, and then help him over and over again, find that path again and again. Seniors, forgive me, but I just could not give up this opportunity at the pulpit to ask something from you today. As you embark on this great new life you have before you, you are going to run into people who are less fortunate than you. People who need a helping hand, a warm meal, a word of encouragement maybe, a job, a place to stay, and maybe, just maybe, a family and a home. What would you do? What will you do? Will you open your home? Will you dig into your own wallet to help someone who really is in need? How far will you go when it's not the easy thing to do? Will you be that difference in someone else's life? What about when you're a parent? What if you're faced with a hard decision? What if your child doesn't believe as you do, doesn't share your religious beliefs, is dating someone from another color? What if he or she is gay? Would you let that child leave? Would you let them run out of your lives forever? Would you do the right thing even if it hurts? My wife and I are expecting our first child in 2 months. We just found out she is going to be a she. She is going to be a gift from God. She is going to get everything she wants in this life. She's going to be spoiled rotten. She's going to see the path. She's going to get all the help and the love she needs to walk that path. But I promise you this, she is not going to go it alone, not as long as I'm alive. She can believe what she wants. She can live the life she wants, no matter her beliefs, her politics, her sexuality, or anything else that isn't the norm or the way that it ought to be. She's always going to know that her parents are going to be there for her even when it's not easy. And no matter how she decides to live her life, she is going to find a home with us. Those are questions, at least some of those questions, you're going to have to answer for yourself one of these days. For now, you have other very big questions, big challenges to face, great happinesses to experience. You're about to walk that road, and the people that are here with you today, who are sitting in this room, are here to help you along your way. Your family, your close friends, some of them also wearing those same gowns. Your mentors, who get to wear the real pretty, colorful gowns behind you. Truth is, you're not alone here either. Truth is, you have a home at McMurry too. May your life be full of great joys. May you have a friend that you can tell all your deepest secrets to. May you live long. May you live life fully. And meet a person who's willing to put up with you. And may you look back at your time here at McMurry, your home, with fondness. Alakumba, and good luck out there.